Coming on in, pizza Gino. Get the pizzas ready. We got the people coming in right now. Wee-hee. You know that you can make a lot of money at the pizza business, pizza restaurant. I'm going to show you how today on our show. Pizzeria, your pizzeria, without risking money, without having to make your own restaurant and build it out and all of that. Hey, if you can make money each time someone in your neighborhood calls for pizzeria delivery, this is what this is about today. So watch it, learn something, and get moving on this project today. Hi and welcome everyone. Welcome. Again, we're busy today. So good. Anyone watching us for a while knows that, oh, he did three one day. That's a miracle. Yes, indeed it is. And so, like I said, it's like one of those times where it's good news. Everything is good. Praise God for that. Listen, we're going to talk about food today. Again, this is the URL. Anyone interested in starting your own restaurant or not starting a restaurant but making the money? What? How is this an incredible offer for you to watch this video here that I have ready for you? Show you all the details of how you can start a restaurant business without owning the restaurant, without spending all the money, without risking and dealing with managing day to day, etc., etc. Yet, every time that phone rings, ching, 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 that's what this is about. But it's also great also for you if you're interested in starting an actual restaurant. So many people want to start a restaurant and it's just the money issue and it's the time and it's how we're going to make sure it works and possibly is it possible that we can expand also later on. Well, this also makes that a reality for you. And it's also good for someone who already owns a restaurant. You're already in the restaurant business, and maybe whatever situation is, some of you guys are doing well. A lot of you are just holding on. Some of you are just wondering how long you're going to stick with it. This is the URL to come to because sooner or later you're going to need to either expand or grow your market, go into other locations. Sooner or later, it's a do or die. And expanding, gaining new business, and keeping your business growing is really the option that you have to opt for. Whichever situation you're at, for good or if you're in a bad situation, this is your solution. It is the best solution, even if things are well for you. Why? Things are well for you, so you have to splurge, you have to do it the big way. This way is much smarter, saves your money, saves the money. Keep the profit. Don't stress out your operations. Use your brain, right? And this is the best way to do it. So there's actually three good markets for this offer, really suitable for all three of you. However, in any one market, any one city, it's really only one of you that will be able to do this. It gets locked out after that. So the advice is after this program today, head on over there and click and join. Simple as that. Today, we're going to talk about how anyone can make money with a pizzeria business. Now, as you just heard, I'm not suggesting that you open up a pizzeria business. Nothing wrong for that. But there's certain issues you got to be careful of. This is what we're going to talk about in this scene. Now, let's talk about this. Let's go to, I said scene because it's the TV talk here when we're switching from one scene to another. And then here you go, a nice pizza pie. Who wouldn't want to get a piece of the action? You know that each of these slices is money. You know that pizza pies are money. Phone rings, you want a pizza pie delivered. A lot of people ask for deliveries. You got people coming in, sitting down, and having pizzas for lunch and all throughout dinner. And one of our chefs actually is a experienced pizzeria owner in the Northeast, and we always sitting down, we're talking. He talks about what we're doing and his own experiences, and he's always said, man, the weekends, they're really, really, really busy. It's really hot. He makes on the weekend what he made during the week. So that's how powerful this thing is. The weekends, if you made 3,000, 4,000, he told me he had a good operation, and the 3,000, 4,000 was real during the week. But that was doubled plus during the weekends. That's the difference between the weeknights in the restaurant and basically a pizzeria, and on the weekends it just explodes. Just really explodes. And you'll see if you when you go to that other URL and see that program, you'll see that you'll be making money sitting at home. Your phone is all you got. Your phone. This is like the little vibrator. If you like vibrators, I'm gonna say something funny. If you like vibrators, then you need to do this business and get this hooked up so that each time the cash register goes ding ding, every time the phone rings, at the pizzeria restaurant, this thing starts vibrating. That's a really good feeling because you know that your bank account just got richer each and every single phone call. So we're talking about pizzerias, but I'm going to talk about the negative side. We're going to get real. We have to talk real so that you guys can make great decisions. You can really see the value in what we're talking about. We're here at the Arizona Central, AZ Central. .com, and in the entertainment section and into the dining subsection, we have this article here which says that three Metro Phoenix restaurants have closed this week. And here's what you need to know. So the first of these restaurants is, I believe two of them actually, is discusses here. They are pizzerias, and pizzerias. You figure, hey, you open up a pizzeria. Pizzeria business should be good any place you go, and you're gonna make money with this pizzeria. Pizza seems to be an easy thing to do, so a lot of people get opt for starting a pizzeria. But you have failures; they do exist, and what we're gonna look at is what possible reasons for failure this pizzeria suffers from, and obviously what you can do about that. It says here December has only been here a few days, but it's already been a tough one for three Metro Phoenix restaurants that are now closed. A long-standing Metro Phoenix pizza shop and another much newer pizzeria have both closed along. So even a new one, and the new one had only like a year. They've only been open for a year. Can you imagine? This is the point I'm trying to make. When you're trying to open up a business, you open up a pizzeria or any restaurant, it takes a lot of money. It takes money, it takes a lot of preparation, it takes all that, the buildup of inventory and marketing and getting things ready, equipment, all this stuff. You have your regulations and your if you don't have the health license yet and whatnot, any requirements in your local area that has to be had and obtained. You got to get all those. If you're selling liquor in the store, you need a liquor license and all of that. A lot of stuff to do, a lot of preparation. You got to prepare the place and the seating and all the a lot of details here. There's a lot of stuff. I don't blame anyone wanting just to sit home and just collect get the vibrator thing going, and every phone call, every dollars come in, you're making your dollars right there, ching 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 ching. You don't have to worry about that. That's the best way to go about this because you don't have to deal with this. And really, unless you have a real passion for food, a passion for pizza in this case, you really shouldn't be thinking of opening a restaurant. But with our program, you don't have to do that. You'll still make the money that that comes in from a real restaurant. People ordering, people are asking for deliveries, and you're at home. You're sitting at home. You're doing whatever you want. You want to have fun. You're with your family. Simply, this phone will be busy telling you you got money. You've got money. You've got money. Someone's eating in that restaurant, you've got money. Someone's calling to make an order, you've got money. That is what our program does for you. You don't have to worry about having to close your business because it wasn't successful. These guys take risks, and these guys actually are national brands. Some of them, that's the new one. It's amazing, astonishing to me. So here you have two pizza restaurant closures are the latest in the decline of Chicago pizzerias, or at least the Chicago type of pizzerias, right? Because this is Arizona. Again, these are, if anyone has is into pizza, you know that the Chicago pizzerias, the famous ones, well, usually are the deep dish pizzas, and they are very well liked mostly around the country. For some reason, though, over here in Arizona, it didn't fly, at least for these locations, particular locations. And what that seems to indicate is that really, they're opening up. You got a lot of brands that are opening up just in like where someone else is. If someone else is there, they figure, well, this place can support another competing pizzeria. Not necessarily so. What they're learning is it's not necessarily so. It could be that these guys opened up, and let's see here. Let's see if it says this is they're in one place, I believe, Metro Phoenix area, these two restaurants. So these are two restaurants. Obviously, the area is not able to support any more pizzerias, at least not any more like the typical ones. They already got a deep dish pizzeria, or it's not something that location is really supporting. These two guys are out of business. This says that one of them, many opened in 2016 across the country. You have Geno's East, a chain loved in Chicago, closed its doors after about a year. It's just a year of business, okay? And now locations of Rosati's and Giordano's are closed as well. So it's talking about three different places there. Giordano's, we have one down the street over here. It's again, it's a touristy area. It's always busy. People frequent the area, so yeah. Hey, there's a Giordano, so they recognize the name brand. So that's one of the important things. Also, you have to consider is what is the name brand, because people, they're looking for pizzas. They really would want an experience that they know about, that they've had previous experience with. And so, if it's a name brand, it should work, right? It should be something that people will support and go and to patronize. It's worse if you're just starting up your own pizzeria. You're your own man. How can you compete when these big guys can't even keep open for a year? You know what? That's really something. So that's telling. So who's gonna risk losing their shirt now? Some of you out there know how to do pizza. You do a mean pizza, but you're gonna really risk it. In the environment that you see that some restaurants, some pizzerias aren't pulling through. Um, and then we see here, conversely, for this is another type of restaurant, seafood restaurant, really not having to do with pizza. I wanted to focus on pizza in this stream itself. So that is what's happening out there. Again, um, is it possible for someone to start a pizzeria, have success at a pizzeria? And the answer is absolutely. Just because these stores are closing, it's just these stores are trapped. They're trapped by being part of a franchise, being part of a name brand. It means that they cannot modify. That's an issue when you talk about big business and businesses that are managed or franchised by big businesses, they're really not free to modify. When you're starting a business, an entrepreneur, one of the things about an entrepreneur, and that people may not understand or know, is that an entrepreneur mind is ready to make moves, ready instantaneously makes a shift, so that yeah, a few hours ago they were ready to go with, let's say, with the blue color, but at a moments ago, changes into here, like this ad just changed now into orange. And so simply that is the mindset of the entrepreneur, because the entrepreneur is measuring the wind, he's checking the wind at any moment. And when he feels a slight change in the wind and other signs that indicate to him, the wind is gonna start changing. It's gonna be a good wind to hold on to and to get us some progress. They're going to shift and they're going to change. And a lot of people say, "Oh, he changed his mind. He's flip flopping. He's not. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not sure." No, that is not correct at all. He's just making the right call for that on the fly, moment by moment sensory perception of what is the right move to make, because the right move, the right decision often changes from hour to hour. Actually, this is a real thing. You can make a good sound decision a few hours ago or a day or two ago was a good decision, but no longer is a good decision. So in actuality, that's why the entrepreneur is like that. And it's most likely the reason that most of the entrepreneurs can make changes and survive, while and their businesses survive and thrive, because they caught on to that change and they were able, and that grew that business big, as opposed to a franchise which is supposed to be already successful. The idea about a franchise and the big companies that we're already successful. This works. So it works here. We put one over there, that should work there. We put one over there, that should work there, and everywhere it should work. And by a large degree, that's right, because what makes it work now in any other area is the fame, the name recognition, and hopefully the quality food, the quality of the food itself, the particular salient benefits that customers get and talk about and rave about and that other people expect. So yes, that is in the very general sense, absolutely correct. But in certain instances and in certain places, it doesn't always work. And here we have the example with this Giordano's, and with what was that? The other one, the East, Gino's East, and also with what was that? Rosati's. That it's as you see pictured here. This is Rosati's here. It doesn't always pan out. So what is a pizzeria to do? What is a pizzeria to do? I want to make pizzas, you tell me, or I want to make money from pizzerias. Well, when you see the URL in a few moments, what you need to do is just go and watch that video and look at the program, and you'll see that it is the most intelligent and well thought out way to get your restaurant, to make your restaurant a reality. But it's also a very good way for you to make money from a pizzeria without you starting a pizzeria yourself. So if you're really looking for a way to make some money, a way to earn a living and earn good money without the risk of having to open a restaurant, learning how to make a pizza if you don't know how to make one, and stuff like that. And really about any type of restaurant. I mean, have you ever thought about doing pizzas on a food truck? I mean, that's the thing. You can do that. So it works any with anything you want to do, whatever type of food business you are envisioning that you have a passion for. Then also our program is perfect for you. Even if you're already a restaurant, you could be a pizzeria and it's just whole hum. It's every day. You're doing your pizzas. Hey, Gino, you're flipping the pizza. It's another day and another day of your life as your life is progressing. How wouldn't you enjoy having 5, 10, 100 pizzerias? And then we're not talking about franchise; these are franchises. So, but wouldn't you like to be the one receiving all the profits from 100 different locations? Would you like to know how easily you could do that and manage that easily and still retain ownership of all the restaurants? That is possible through our program. Again, just take a look at that video and you will see, uh, when your light bulb turns on, you'll know that the pizza is ready. It's simply a click and retain your position. Now, the only warning I got for you is that you got to take action. You can't sit around on this one. Why? Because in most cases, there's only one available in your city. That means if you're watching this now and you're interested in either owning a restaurant or making money from a restaurant without going taking the risk, then you really need to look into it. And you really need to take action today because tomorrow may be too late. Someone else in your city looks at that, and you have a dream to have your pizzeria, your famous recipe, and have everyone enjoy it and be famous, and you're looking for a way to make that happen. You would have lost your opportunity if you let the other guy who's only interested in making money, he wants his phone ringing every Friday, Saturday, double, twice the amount of time during the rest of the week. He just wants to make money, and that's good. Anyone who wants to make money with a business, a restaurant business, you need to watch that video and participate. Again, it doesn't matter to me. One way or the other, restaurant's going to happen. Either it's going to be you or it's going to be someone else who just wants the money. Doesn't matter to me. Simply, there's only one available. So get moving on that as soon as I'm finished with this video. So one of the big things though that our pizzeria, it's only one. We have a few brands, by the way. We have a few types of restaurants. Pizzeria is just one of them. And so, with it though, you have to understand that all of our brands have a very particular wow factor to them. I wouldn't suggest a restaurant at this point in time without it. You need some strategy. You need something that makes your pizza stand out from all the others. At this point, that's really the only thing that you should be looking at. Right now, you have the markets with this deep dish peach is pretty much all done already. I don't know how much more what these guys are doing. These guys are planning to keep opening a few more restaurants in other places. Let's see. This says that Rosati's signature deep dish pizza is served at dozens of Arizona locations and was sold at its 10th location for decades. The Tempe, located on Northwest McClinton Drive and Warner Road, is now closed. It says here also going down, one Giordano's remains open in Arizona. It's the last one right now in Arizona. Giordano's had two locations in the valley, including Peoria that opened in 2016, and that remains open. The other one in Paradise Valley is now closed after less than 2 years in business. And obviously, in those 2 years, this restaurant could not obtain enough business to warrant it staying open, and so they decided to cut the losses and to move on. What I have to say is that our program does not allow this to happen. As a restaurant is expanding within our network, it goes through a process of testing. All the restaurants that work with us actually first, before opening up a solid location in a new city, for example, or a new area, it is first open on a trial basis, safely. No major investment, nothing like that to risk. Simply see how people like it, invite people in. Because we have networking, a lot of other networks involved in this, we're able to bring people in and conduct meetings and all the sorts of different activities, bring people in and introduce them to something new that's probably going to come in soon. We'll see what people feedback are. And depending on that feedback and using that feedback to to start announcing a grand opening and one that makes a place better able to survive. We measure the acceptance of it. We listen and get feedback, and we make modifications if we find that that's what's needed, and we check and we wait for more, and we start getting the ball rolling before committing into opening a spot. And even when these spots are open, basically it's always going to be within the safety net of one of our networks. And what happens is there it reduces the risk to the restaurant owner, to us, especially if within our network we have our own restaurant brand, so we're safe. We're safe, but our own network also provides any of you who are interested in starting your own brand, your own restaurant. It provides you also a safety net. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to put out all of your cash out there and try a spot. This is not about trying spot. Business is not about you taking chances. For that, you play lotto. Take your chance at the horses, right? When you do business, business should be always strategic. Strategic decision making should never be something like a game of chance. And so we've eliminated the game of chance with our network program. So that's very important. Again, like I said before, if you already own a restaurant and you're just like stagnant, you're not seeing any pathway to progress, to expansion, to success, you should really take a look at this real quickly before someone, a new guy who don't know nothing, who only wants to sit home on Friday night and get hundreds of chings in their phone and their bank account. You better do this before that person does, because they're going to do it. They have nothing to lose. You have a lot to lose. So be smart. Get moving on this really quick. One of the brands, Pizzeria, we have a big wow factor with it. A lot of stuff that we're putting in, and the same things that we're able to do with our brand, we can help with yours. It's a significant benefits, significant marketing strategies that you can have working for you by joining our network. Come on by and take a look at it. Refer this to a friend who's been hoping, dreaming about starting a restaurant, or to a friend or family member of yours that's already in a restaurant, is a little bit having some difficulty or not getting anywhere anytime soon, holding on, just making their living. They say, "Hey, Gino, you ever thought about growing the business?" "Oh, it's not that easy." I say, "What? I think I found something for you that'll make it easier for you. Look at it. Let's talk." Do him a favor. And you know what? You can tell him, right? "I'm going to do you this favor. You go with it. You open up this restaurant. Let me get something. Get me part of that. Be grateful, right?" And he's a good friend. He'll take care of you. But take care of him first now. Take care, and thank you for watching. Get to this URL. Give it out there. Let them come and learn what they need to find out in the restaurant